funny. Mm-hmm. They're funny. You want to be Vin Diesel. You want to be whatever. Mm-hmm. You want to be the next actor started winning. You go right ahead. Mm-hmm. But who is it of you to walk into the fucking company that you did, credit to you, help build?
Oh, God, yes.
Help build with Stone Cold and everybody.
Yes.
And you're one of the reasons why the company still afloat today. But who is it of you to just walk in and become champion?
Well, we don't know that yet. It's pretty much guaranteed. Set in stone. Yes, I know. Here's my problem.
And I'm sorry, they're going to give a belt. They're going to take it off a guy who's worked his ass off for 414 days. Yeah. And come Rumble, be 400, whatever. To a guy who's wrestled one time in 2011.
Yes.
Who wrestled one time in 2012.
I know.
And who came back and all he fucking did was call Punk guy the crackhead and fucking called him whatever, cookie puss. And he came out with this Bush League fucking 12th grade humor bullshit that he was fucking hammering John Cena for when he was promoting against John Cena. He was saying that John Cena was sophomore with his insults and he was being a kid. But then he comes out and fucking does the exact same thing he did with John Cena at the CM Punk.
We're about to get into a fight right now. This is going to be fun. Okay, I thought you were going to say something completely different. So this isn't what I didn't agree with you. I don't agree with you.
Okay.
I'm not saying that he deserves the title.
Okay.
All right? Don't ever get that twisted. But to say that everything he said was pointless is bullshit.
I didn't say pointless. I said it was sophomoric.
Yeah, but no, there was parts of it that were fucking brilliant.
Like?
When he said, you're talking about the 414. There's one number you forgot. The one number that's been haunting you forever. 20. Because in 20 days, you're about to face me. And guess what? Time's up. Mm-hmm. That was fucking brilliant.
It's brilliant. Okay. But in 20 days, he's going to lose the title to a guy who's never going to be on the fucking show.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
But you can't say it's brilliant.
I'm talking about just the fucking promo.
Really?
Yes.
Because you know what's better than that? Hey, Rock. This time your arms are too short because you're boxing with God.
Yeah, I know.
That was better than anything The Rock's ever going to say.
I'm not saying that The Rock did a better promo than Punk.
Okay.
Stop getting it twisted. Stop putting words in my mouth.
You're just saying that The Rock had one good line.
That's exactly what I said.
Yay, he had one good line. Good for him.
All right. But here's my point. All right. The Rock did hold his own for what he does. I'm not saying it was brilliant. I'm saying that one line was brilliant, but he held his own. He was still able to... You got to remember, he's working off the 90s, all right, when he was the king shit. Mm-hmm. And everything in the 90s was catchphrase. He doesn't know any better. And yes, in my head, he does get a little bit of a pass. Now, with that being said, he needs to learn. Because with Punk cutting the promo he did, he's got to back off. Like, the second he said, The Rock... Like, basically, when he referred to himself in the third person, I groaned a little bit. Because I went, come on, this is something different, Rock.
But it's not
got
to
to pull
him.
it out. I know. That's what I just said is a problem. Yeah. Like I said, he gets a little bit of a pass from me, much like Hulk Hogan gets a pass for doing the shit he's doing. The Rock gets a little bit of a pass from me. Not much of one, but a little bit, because he is who he is. He deserves respect. However, as I just said, he needs to learn how to do the CM Punk style, the Mick Foley style, where you just fucking talk. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem.
As far as I'm concerned, he used his 10 years in the company, granted they were amazing, to parlay a movie career.
And
once he got his movie career, he left.
Yes.
And now he feels he can just waltz in and fight John Cena and beat John Cena, and waltz in and just take the WWE title, which, granted, the WWE title doesn't mean anything.
It hasn't for a very long time.
But who is it of him to just figure, I'm the fucking Rock, and I could just come in and be the fucking Rock, and I'm awesome? Well, no, you're not. Your sophomore shit don't fly no more.
And I agree with you. He should not win the fucking title. He doesn't deserve the title. I personally would think, like you're saying, he should go off and have a movie career. I say no. I say he should come back to fucking wrestling.
But he's not going to do that.
I know he's not. But much like he's not going to go off and just have a movie career and not come back, he's not going to. He will always come back to wrestling because
he'll come back
when he needs his ego stroked, he'll come back.
But
I'm not saying it's right.
Well, then what are you trying to say, though?
I'm not... Okay. I've already said...
That he earns respect.
That's what I said. That was my
fine.
whole argument thing.
That's fine.
Everything else I've been agreeing with you.
Okay.
Pay attention.
No, I am. I don't think that's... I'm just arguing because I don't think he deserves respect. That's why.
You don't think he deserves respect for everything he did? I'm not
everything
saying...
he did is fine, but then he shit on it when he went to be this movie star.
I agree with you. I just said that. I don't think he should have. I hate his fucking movies. I don't want him to be doing movies. I want him to come back to wrestling. I know he never will, but that's what I want. Much like he never will go back to just being a movie star. He will always come back because he likes having his ego stroked like that.
Obviously,
well,
he'll be back next year too.
Because he needs his ego stroked, and that's ridiculous and retarded. I don't agree with that at all. But
yeah, well, it's The Rock. He wants to be The Rock.
Yes, but he shouldn't be. If he's gonna wrestle. Mm-hmm. If you want to come back and be The Rock and host every fucking WrestleMania and say your fucking lines and have fun, do it. I'm okay with that.
I think I had a problem with him.
He does not deserve the title.
I think I had a problem with him the minute he denounced The Rock name.
Yeah, that bothered me too.
So he wanted to be Dwayne Johnson, not The Rock anymore, which is fine.
Now he's back to being The Rock.
But now you're back to being The Rock, which is weird because it's not like he needed the money.
He really didn't.
No, he's making.
He's
tons.
good.
He made 2 Disney movies, and say what you want about him, but he made Disney money.
Yeah.
So he's doing more than fine.
Put it this way: the second I heard The Rock was going to be in a Disney movie, I'm like, have fun with your paycheck, Rock.
Yep.
I do not hold it against you because
you
got money, son.
He got millionaire. He's a millionaire, which is fine.
Yeah.
But if you
he's getting Austin Aries money.
If you want to be Dwayne Johnson, you be Dwayne Johnson.
No, I agree. I'm not. Look, I don't think he deserves to be a champion.
Yeah.
I do. I'm okay with him beating John Cena. I'm okay with that because having The Rock.
John Cena's Teflon.
Yeah,
to be fair.
He is Teflon. He can handle it.
He had the worst year of his career last year. He The Rock's not the only one he lost to.
Exactly, and
he's still coming back in 2018.
And the idea, and in all fairness, it is almost like The Rock as a wrestler, even now, is head and shoulders above John Cena.
He's a serviceable hand in the ring.
Yeah, he's better than John Cena. Put it that way.
He's more athletic.
You're gonna tell me that he doesn't have more moves than John Cena? He is a lot better than John Cena. I'm sorry.
Well, he doesn't have. He has as many moves as John Cena.
He's got more than John Cena. Not much more. Not much more.
He's got the elbow. He's got the rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Did he do a suplex? I don't know.
He's done several. Yeah.
He
does that.
What other moves did he do? Like his spots. What was his spots?
I don't remember, dude. Do you know how long?
But he had spots, and he was Samoan drop.
Yeah.
So he's more athletic than John Cena. But at the end of the day, he's just as.
I don't know. I still find him.
Now, is this a bias?
It probably is. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
It probably is because again, the god of wrestling, Hulk Hogan.
Right.
I think he knows less moves than John Cena.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hulk Hogan has like 3.
It's a different thing. Like altogether, nobody will ever tell you that. Like nobody will ever legitimately say, "Oh, Hulk Hogan's a bad wrestler." They'll say he's not a very good wrestler, but nobody will ever say he's a bad wrestler.
But the last thing I want this to be between you and me is the fucking same thing that's going to be going on through this whole fucking thing, where it's going to be 2 camps.
No,
Team Punk
no,
and
it's
Team
not going to be
Rock.
that. It's not going to be.
I don't want.
No.
Because
I'm just saying to be as hard on The Rock, because first of all, let me put it this way: I can't be as hard on The Rock because I honestly don't believe that Rock came in and said, "I want to be champion." I don't believe he said that. Because I think more that would be Vince over The Rock because, look at the facts. Look at the facts.
That promo, was it the night after WrestleMania where he said he was going to come down that aisle and become WWE champion? That was at the night after.
That was the night after.
So, I don't know if that was his decision or not, because just having him win at the Elimination Chamber makes more sense.
Yes.
Because Punk will still have it.
Yes.
You can have Punk lose it in the chamber because it's a chamber match. There's like 7 dudes in there.
Yeah, he could have multiple beatings.
Like, they can team up on Punk. 4 or 5 guys get beat up Punk.
Yeah.
Bless me. You can have fucking Rock, Cena, and Ryback. All these guys who he's beaten, and he's the
Yeah.
best in the
Yeah.
world. And all these guys can team up on him, and fucking Ryback can move. And that's how he can lose it. And also, you put The Rock on Elimination Chamber to win the title. That gives that show about 2-3 more million buys than it would ever get.
I would agree, except for the fact that The Rock would never agree to an Elimination Chamber. Way too much chance of injury.
I hear he's actually going to be an Elimination Chamber.
You're kidding. Mm-hmm. Wow. That's surprising to me.
Yeah. So either he's going in as champ or challenger. From what I hear, that's a rumor, that's speculation. No, I'm not confirming
we can't say for sure. But here's my thing. Rock should not be a champion. I don't like the idea that he is a champion, but as I've said, you look at it from I cannot remember because I wasn't really watching at this point. He had to have been. Punk was the champion at WrestleMania.
He defended against Chris Jericho.
Right? Yeah. So, look at this from Vince's standpoint. Here's why I say Vince is the one orchestrating this. Okay? Punk, as good a champion as he's been, from everything we know about his backstage antics, has got to be a pain in Vince's ass.
Oh, yes.
Gotta be.
Yes, that's I'm not disagreeing with you. That Phillip Brooks, CM Punk, is a douchebag.
Yes, he is.
I love CM Punk. Hey. He's one of my favorite wrestlers.
He is one of mine as well. That's why I'm saying
for me even.
But that's what I'm saying is like the's not going to be a camp of Rock Punk because Punk is one of my favorite as well. I don't agree with this. Yeah. He's a ginormous tool. Yeah.
He's self-centered. Yeah. He's a douchebag.
He's the Terry Bollea of the modern era right now.
I'm fine with admitting that and still saying he's a fucking amazing.
But here's my point: is Rock, we know for a fact, is easy to deal with.
I've heard conflicting reports. I guess he's
Vince's standpoint,
he's one of those guys that if he's cool with you, then he's the.
But from Vince's standpoint, not the other wrestlers. Him and Vince are tight. So you got to look at it from Vince's perspective.
Like a knot, man.
Yeah. So you've got this ginormous douchebag
who's screaming about being respected, even though he's been champion for
400
days.
That's what I just don't fucking understand his fucking problem. You got all that shit going on.
You know what his problem is?
Plus, he's constantly fucking doing promos where he's insulting everybody backstage.
This is the problem with Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Survivor Series 2011.
Yes.
The night he won the title and started this streak.
Yes.
Main event of that show?
Yeah.
Rock, Cena versus Miz and R-Truth.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 28.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. I agree.
He defends against Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Main event of that?
Oh, I agree.
The Rock.
I agree.
John Cena.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
This is his problem. He's fine with being champion. That's cool. But he's not the main event.
Yeah, he's being...
He wants to be the main event. He wants to be the face. And they're not going to make him the face because, he's not face material in this era. If this was the 90s,
he
would
be
still Steve Austin. That's fine. But he needs to understand that
he'll never understand that. And that's been my problem with him from the beginning.
That's your issue. Okay.
That has always been my issue with him. Is like, dude, stop whining for respect. They put the champion on you, and they kept it on you.
And they could have pulled the trigger
easily
on Cena or Ryback or somebody else, just taking that belt away over this calendar year, and they never did. Kudos to the WWE.
Yeah.
He was complaining and yelling and moaning and pissing and fighting on Twitter with Chris Brown and fighting on Twitter with fucking other celebrities,
doing everything that Vince hates. And this is why I'm saying that. This is probably Vince's... This is where Vince, I think, is pulling the trigger. I think it's the one way where it's easier for him. Everything is easier. I mean, you've got to assume he's well aware that you can't put it back on Cena right now.
No.
He knows that.
Although I'm hearing things where it's going to be maybe Rock versus Cena at WrestleMania for the WWE.
Which I'm sure will probably happen. But you can understand, he's like, we can't put it on Cena yet. Because it's just, that's too easy.
Yep.
Ryback's too green, and it'll show.
Yep.
Think about it from his perspective. Who the fuck else are you going to do? Because everyone else that he's got that you could put the title on right now is a heel.
But here's the issue. It's so bad that they're willing to give the guy who's wrestled 2 matches in 2 years the fucking title.
And that's where I agree with you, is because if this is Vince's idea, which I still believe it is, because I honestly don't think that The Rock would try to use that kind of power. He seems like too nice a guy to do that.
I don't think it's a power thing. I think it's just